having been a pit bull and very zealous for the things that I believed in and for the people that I believed in. I know I alienated and created, cultivated an environment that was not welcoming.
Welcome to Acts 2 and 42. T, you and I were talking about people being discouraged to come on the podcast. And that is also something we're taking a step back from, not, I don't want to make excuses, but I don't think anyone really has a mirror showing them themselves. I've had it more than anyone from recording our podcast, and I'm the one that would edit them. And I'm like, God, Keith, would you shut up? Gee. So, man, most of us don't get that, so I'm hearing it and I'm like, all right, man, I gotta find a way to shut up once in a while. But anyway, so in hindsight, you don't realize how you accidentally discourage people or accidentally alienate people or push people away, and it wasn't your intent. All we really want is to draw closer with other Christians and talk more, and we want them to feel welcome to do this, not as though we're either going to be combative or argumentative, or that we think we're more highly esteemed. It's part of the reason, T, I told you I wanted to adjust the format a little bit to more of a hangout and just discussion and just, sharing ideas and having some fun and getting some good stuff in there, but was because as much as we quote, we don't say that to posture. I really, it's not impressive to study for X amount of hours. If you're still a fool, it doesn't matter, or if you're wise, it doesn't matter. You can gain wisdom in 5 seconds or in 5 hours, just depends on the Holy Spirit, right? But
it means little if you've alienated your brother to whom that knowledge is for.
100%. And I don't view us as theologians. I don't view us as the elite educated, like as much as we may make people feel like we think we are. Not really. I may be have a strong opinion, or I may be well read for an amateur, on things, or be familiar with the church fathers, or whatever. But bro, we're going to actual theologians. We're listening to actual debates. We're trying to digest. I was telling you, T, I'm like, we're not at that level, bro. And not that I'm trying to convince you, but just having a general discussion. Like they have debates with each other in the original language. Their debates, they're speaking sentences in Hebrew or in Greek or in Latin or and to be on that level, you have to be able to write your papers and turn in your work in those language. Like, bro, come on, man. We're not doing all that. You know what I mean? We run on the courts every now and then and ball a little bit, but we're not in the NBA, so don't feel like you can't come out and shoot around with us. That's all we're trying to do is just come out, shoot around, and just be on the court having a good time,
I think, like I've told you, I think it's important to, at least for me, to take accountability for my part, because I do understand that having been a pit bull and very zealous for the things that I believed in and for the people that I believed in, I know I alienated, and created, cultivated an environment that was not welcoming. And the hard part about that is that when you get to a point where you're growing and you're growing past that zealous point where you're just off with everyone's head, you've alienated so many people, they don't get to see the transition. So by the time they do check back in, they still assume that you're that person who's ready to just get at them at a moment's notice. So they're still very reluctant, if willing at all, to conversate, to try to converse. But it is recognized, and I like to at least take accountability for my part in it.
Likewise. I've told you, it's like, it's what you said. It's like, man, the last time someone experienced me, like, man, Facebook's good for this. They'll show you a memory and you're like, who in the world was that guy? What are you talking about, you idiot? And bro, you said the other day, I was a pit bull, out there barking and biting, you know, for a guy that didn't care about me and doesn't care about my Lord. Like, frankly. And it's like, bro, we're out here, and it's a lot in, it was in Paul's day. I'm glad I baptized none of you, right? What were they arguing about? I'm of Apollos. I'm of Paul. I'm of this. So we're pastor worshiping. We're church clicking. You know, we're doing those things, and it's divisive. It's creating, you know, sedition and schisms, either unintentionally or intentionally. And you know, have you ever been in a church that was like fellowshipping with someone? And it was like, it's the weirdest vibe. And then like people have to show off and give their best praise and do this, that, and the other. Like, and it's like, it's not real, man. Like, I don't know if you're aware of that, but it's not. So anyway, all of it's unhealthy, you know, all of it's unhealthy, and doesn't help us to come together, but we played our part. And, you know, we genuinely thought, you know, we were doing good. It was the gospel. It was the gospel, you know, and then people always hide behind the truth, you know, and, you know, well, we have the truth, or we're, you know, bro, all right, time out. Chill, Madam Sister. She's seeing the chats right now. So if you, this is like a pub, you know, the legal, you know, you may have, I can't even think, man. I know what I want to say.
You're so dumb.
We're out here bugging in the chat. Tweaking.
Oh, man. Oh, geez. Messed me up. You know, you see the legal commercials where there's a class action lawsuit, you know, whatever it is, where you exposed to asbestos, or where you may be entitled. It's like, did you come across these guys here? Did you come across, you may be entitled for compensation from your Lord, you know? Yeah, man. Yeah. So that, all of that in a nutshell is just like, all right, well, let's make sure that's what we're putting out there. Let's make sure that people know, like, if we have to audibly say it, audibly or verbally say it, or just try to show up more often. But, bro, the door's open.